darkness fades away, and the four of you are sitting around, and Diggy's in the corner as well, just sitting there, and he's watching, and his eyes are like he looks like he's just had a very powerful experience, and he's dead quiet. But the four of you return, and the darkness is gone.
Jeez. Are you okay?
Yeah, all four of you are there.
What just happened?
Did you take Helen?
What? Yeah, yeah. She's gonna take the burden from me.
Okay, so when I heard their conversation, the goddess told her to get Helen, to take the burden off of her. Where's Helen? Where does she live? Do you remember?
We can go try and find her.
She's just
What's
gonna
going
talk.
on?
She's just gonna talk to her like she talked to us.
Well, that's not so bad. Helen?
No, like she said, I'm going to take this burden off of your shoulders. Give me Helen.
She said, "Wow." She said, "There is one that can help take the burden off your shoulders, and that's Helen." So she's lucky. She gets to be, the one. I don't want to be the one.
The one.
I don't want to
So
be.
are we like trading Helen for Petunia?
Yeah, so what Petunia's been going through is now what Helen's going to go through. So that's... Did
Maybe she wants it.
see her? Like, what did you do?
I just went and tried to wake her up, but she was snoring. And then the goddess came in the room, and then I left.
And how do you feel now? Is she gone?
I don't know.
Do you hear her?
Are you still there?
You feel suddenly very, very tired, very exhausted. Like all of a sudden you're
been a
feeling
long day,
the
guys.
aches and bruises from the long journey that you took here, and you're hungry. And
God, that waver just beat the shit out of me. Oh, I don't feel very good.
I think we should go and try and find Helen.
You sound like yourself, though.
No, I want to be fun.
Yes, we need to find Helen. I think Helen now has Shar in her.
Maybe she wants her.
Yeah, for what?
I don't know. She just wants to be. I felt bad for her. And you know what? She did make me feel. She took me under her wing, and she made me feel like I would. Sometimes I feel kind of like I'm wandering, because I am wandering by myself sometimes. Before I met you guys, and I'm just sort of lost my way. And she made me feel like I found it. She's very mothering. So maybe Helen will feel like that too.
I don't trust her, and I leave the room.
Yeah, we gotta
looking for Helen.
okay, so yeah, you don't really know where she lives in this town. Petunia does though.
Yeah, I went to her bedroom.
Where?
It's in the house.
Where's the house?
Maybe if I go out in the street, I can find the way. I can take you guys there.
Okay.
You instinctually know where it is.
I just kind of instinctually know.
Okay, so it's pretty close to the harbor master's office. It's a few buildings down from there, and it's just like a small one level building. And when you go out there, you already see she's standing outside of her door, and she's closing it, and she's turning the key to lock her place behind her. And she turns to start walking down the road, and the four of you just kind of, with Dickie also as the five of you, walk up to her as she's coming out the door and locking it.
See, she's fine.
Helen, are you okay?
Yeah, I had a strange dream. I think I understand what you were talking about with the temple. I was just gonna go see.
Right now, in the middle of the night?
I feel like I've slept a week. I feel full of life. Yeah.
I don't think you want to go out there. There's a wyvern that almost killed us. Who knows how many more there could be?
I have to do something there. There's a promise that was made, and I'm just going to fulfill it.
Which promise?
Your friend Blythe. Something happened to her. I'm going to fix that.
Yeah, she's going to bring Blythe back. She said she would do that for us. The goddess did.
What is happening?
That was the deal. If she gave her Helen, then we would get Blythe back. but I don't know why she needs Helen. She said that it would take the burden off her shoulders because Petunia wasn't ready. And I
She
don't
just
know.
wants her to be her child. And I don't want it. I don't know. It's just too confusing for me.
Sounds like a sacrifice to me.
I don't like this.
She said she wouldn't hurt me. But she
You-
just said I
you.
wasn't ready.
Yes,
So she won't hurt Helen either. She's maybe
Well,
I
ready.
don't know that.
Helen's not a goblin.
Neither am I.
Oh, baby.
I think we need to have a talk later on.
Yeah.
Everybody's so weird.
So Helen's standing there, like she's kind of not paying attention. She's going through like her bag right now as you guys are having this conversation, and she looks over. She just kind of closes it up, the traveling bag, and she slings it over her shoulder. I'm sorry, what were you saying? I wasn't listening.
We were just saying that maybe you should wait a little bit. Don't go just now.
You shouldn't travel by yourself, is what she's saying.
I'm okay. I'm safe.
Why do you
This
think
is my island.
You were just worried about the safety of the island.
I'm not worried anymore. I understand better now. This dream I had revealed so much to me. It's like something that I've been looking for my whole life. I can't explain it.
Was it a silvery woman speaking to you?
Yes, that does sound like yes.
It wasn't a dream. She's real.
Then I have nothing to be afraid of. I'm not alone then.
Honey, speak some sense into your wife. Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
You know that I could never find peace. And I thought I'd found it here. But there was always something in the back of my mind that something wasn't quite right. And now I feel like I found it. That there's something... The worlds have been broken. That's the best that I can explain it. I tried to tell you that when we were together, but I don't think you understood. And this can make it right again. I can make it right again.
What is the voice asking you to do?
Hasn't asked me a thing.
Well, what do you mean by you making it right? How? How can you make it right?
By letting her live again. If she is real, then that is what I must do.
Live through you?
Yes, and the people here. Tell them about Shar, that they might know who she is, and that people will believe in her again and help her gain her strength back.
I think this is an illusion. I don't think you will find peace with this.
Hey, Dickie.
So yeah, Dick is just standing there.
Did you... How did you worship Shar? Like, did you just spread the word among your people? Were you a disciple of her? Or how did you worship her?
Well, it's been a very long time that she's been gone. We don't even really know the rituals anymore. But mostly just staying in the dark is where she lives. We are also creatures of the dark, so it's a natural fit, I guess.
I get that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she definitely... You feel better in the dark when you're talking to her. Yeah.
But I don't think that's what everyone wants.
Maybe the people that choose to be near her will be fine with it. Maybe they just sleep all day and go out at night,
Well, what about...
like artists.
What about when we...
Makes sense, yeah.
Intellectual pause. Well, what about that town that we went to? You know, in the Grey Forest. They didn't have a choice about Malar, and look what happened to them. It destroyed them.
I know, that's what I don't understand. Because Shar doesn't seem like that, but I don't agree that she is okay with Malar. But she gives people a choice. She kind of didn't really give me a choice.
I'm glad you see that.
I think she's gonna help Malar. maybe her intent is not bad, but I don't think we should let Helen go. I'm sorry, Helen.
What, are you going to stop me?
If that's what it takes.
Her expression changes a little bit, and she takes a step back. I thought you would understand. This is something that I've looked for all along. It was the reason that we grew apart, is because I couldn't make things right in the world, and you were just a reminder of that. This is everything that I've wanted. Why are you going to stop me from it now? You should be happy for me.
Because you might harm other people.
I don't like that insinuation. I want what's best for these people. I'm here to protect them, and this will begin to make things right again. You just don't understand. Petunia understands.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to understand, but I don't think that Char's bad.
I don't necessarily think so either.
What?
I don't think that any one thing is good or bad. I think that there's a lot of gray area here. We could, help go with Helen and find out what happens. It may be bad, it may be good, but maybe it's both.
Yeah. I once ate a rabbit that I thought they were my friend. Because I was hungry. I went to speak with him, and I told him that he could come hang out with me, and I ate him.
Well, I don't think...
I need a minute.
I don't trust Char.
That's
And I
really
don't
like-
think this has anything to do with whatever past problems we had.
Everything's connected. My entire life. It just makes sense to me now. Why I've drifted for so long. Why I could never stay with one person for too long. I've just been searching for something, and this is it. This is it. So, you can stand in my way and take from me what I've found, or you can let me go and help your friend.
I want to roll... Would it be insight or perception? Just want to see if, I sense, true, her true
Insight.
self. Yeah. 12... 14.
You know her decently well. You spent part of your life with her. You get a sense of true calm. And there's one thing that you always knew about Helen, is that she was very, very, very driven all the time. And she never stayed in one place for long enough. It was always on to the next thing. And you were truthfully surprised when you found her here, because why would she stay here? She actually is living in this town and being a leader in this town. But you get a sense of she's very, very self-assured right now. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I guess if I didn't stop you before, and we are not even related anymore, why should I stop you now?
We don't have to oppose you, but we're not comfortable with you traveling by yourself after what you've done for us, so at least let us go with you.
She closes her eyes for a second. Very well. If you wish it to be so, I will not stop you from coming with me. It is your friend after all.
Yeah.
So she shoulders up her bag and she starts to walk out of town. You guys are very tired. In fact, you guys haven't rested all day. So you guys are fatigued, which means you are disadvantages to all skill checks until you rest.
Oh boy. I wonder if we can find Rin to bring with us. I could use a piggyback. I'm really tired.
Well, we know where she's going, so we can probably stop by the boat really quick and let Rin know that. I mean, I'm sure she'd want to know that her friend is potentially going to be treated on, hopefully.
Yeah, I think she'll want to know. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go find Rin.
Yeah.
We'll go to the boat.
All right. So she's there, and she's standing at the edge. She's on the boat, standing at the railing, right next to Heron, and they are both drinking out of bottles. Just kind of looks like they're just shooting the shit while they talk, and she's got her arm around his shoulder. And they see you walk up the docks. They nod and they say hello. Heron just kind of nods to you quietly. So Ren's like, what's going on? You have a look in your eye.
Someone's gonna make Blythe not stone. If you want to, you should come.
Who?
It's kind of, well, there's this goddess, and you remember I was possessed. Now somebody else is possessed, but now she's gonna fix her.
Who?
Well, Helen.
Who?
I don't think the real problem here is who, but when. So maybe we should just hurry and head over our mission. We're just inviting you to come
I think
over.
the question's very important. And I think you're avoiding my question.
Petunia.
You mean who the goddess is? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes.
Well, we kind of found out that she's really old and she's been really misjudged. So keep an open mind. I mean, we have a goblin coming with us. Things have changed. It's Shar.
And she's going to restore Blythe.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. You have to come see.
She squeezes Heron's shoulder and picks up her pack, puts it over her shoulder, and she just looks at him. And they have this knowing look between them. Not exactly sure what it means. They just nod at each other, and she walks down the plankway to the docks. Let's go then.
Okay. How tired are you?
Don't you worry about me. Let's go.
Can I ride in the backpack?
Yes.
Jump in.
All right.
Hope
So
I can
you
rest.
sit up on her backpack and her shoulder.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Okay.
So you guys meet Helen at the edge of the town, and you head back in for a all-night walk through the jungle again. And luckily, it's a very quiet night. There's no storms on the horizon or anything like that. It's kind of this hot, humid air, and the bugs are pretty nasty, but it's really quiet. And Helen doesn't say anything, and she doesn't look tired. She looks like she doesn't lose an ounce of energy as she walks very confidently through the jungle. And you guys are, at this point, now exhausted. At about 3 a.m, you start to stumble over yourselves. You're very hungry. You haven't slept in like a day and a half. And eventually you start to get up to that clearing, and you guys have to like pull yourself up over it. You're so tired. And she hasn't lost a step. She walks straight across over to Blythe and kneels in front of the statue. The rest of you guys are about 40 feet behind, just trying to like catch up because you're so tired. Even Rin is just kind of like, oh. She looks ahead. She's like, oh, she has so much energy. Ugh. And she kneels in front of the statue and she starts to pray. What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna look around for any animals or And you like...
No, you don't see any.
Okay.
Did we notice the way that Petunia was being like drained as powers are being used?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I guess I can do a perception since...
You would definitely know.
Yeah, I know. No wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can see anything else from being an outsider
Okay,
that I didn't notice.
sure.
Okay, so that'd be 15. Sorry, wrong. Yes, wrong thing. Okay, 17.
And so what are you looking for exactly?
I'm gonna look and see if I can tell, because I knew I felt tired
Yeah.
after things. If I can see, if she looks physically tired, or if I can tell that.
Yeah, so she's kneeling there, and that confidence, that strength as she kneels, and she starts to like move her hands around very delicately, and you do notice that her shoulders kind of sag in a little bit as she starts to chant. She's chanting in a language none of you understand. It has familiar notes to what that mad wizard was chanting before. Sounds a little bit like that. And she's saying these words, and it goes on for a few minutes, and then suddenly you see the base of the shadow, or of the statue, get surrounded by shadow, and almost like hands crawling up the side of shadow slowly start to envelop her, protecting her from any light, even the moonlight, and the entire statue is now just got this shadowy, wispy covering as she continues to chant, and her voice grows louder and more powerful. But as it does, her body starts to kind of like sag, and she's kind of folding in on herself. Is there anything you guys are doing in particular while this is going on?
Can I roll a perception, see if that would mean anything to me?
Sure.
22.
You know that whatever's happening is being pulled out of her, that the energy is being pulled from her body, that her body's acting as a conduit of some kind. You're not sure what it's going to do to her, though. You just don't have the knowledge. After about another few minutes, you can hear stone cracking inside the shadow, like ripples cutting through marble, and you hear what sounds like an explosion inside the shadow, and you see stones fly out in all directions up from the shadow, and the shadow stays there. Continue to watch. So Rin at that point sees the stones explode out of the shadow, and she screams and starts running forward, and as she's about to get to the shadowy essence, Helen holds out her hand and stops her easily with one hand. And she mutters a few more words, and the shadow just falls. And you see Blythe standing there. Her head kind of rolls back and forth, and she slumps to the ground. She's made whole again.
Okay.
And Rin just scoops her up in her arms and holds her close and weeps and just holds her as tight as she can. And Helen collapses to the ground.
Is it Blythe? Can we roll to see if it's her?
You're pretty sure it's her. Looks like her.
Okay, I'm gonna run up and see if Helen's okay.
Yeah, go ahead and make is there medicine? Is that what the...
I'll take it. 19, 20, 22.
Yep, she's breathing. She looks pretty like everything has been taken out of her. She's breathing very slowly, but she seems okay.
Helen, are you okay? What happened?
And she's unconscious. Yeah, she's
Okay.
her eyes are kind of fluttering a bit, and she's moaning, but
But she's not like...
no,
Right. Okay.
she's just yeah. Maybe it looks like she had a few too many drinks, essentially. But she's laying on her back, and she's got a slow, ragged breath, but she is okay.
I told you guys we shouldn't have done this. I mean,
Wait. Where's
Rin's
Char?
like, what do you mean? And she holds out Blythe, who's still kind of unconscious. We got her back. Wasn't this the plan? Wasn't this...
Yes, but where's Char?
Was this a deal? You didn't make a deal for this, did you?
I don't know.
Petunia?
All I said was that she said I wasn't ready. So she found someone that was. And then she gave us back life. Because she's very giving.
So Rin sets down Blythe very gently and goes over to Helen and just kind of like pulls her hair back and strokes her hair a bit. This is the woman. This is where Char resides. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Last time we
Last
checked.
time she was in Petunia, and then Petunia transferred it to Helen. But we don't. I mean, when Char was in Petunia, she had all the energy in the world, and so to see Helen like this, I don't think that Char's in her anymore.
You guys can make a perception
Yeah.
check.
Oh, Blythe.
16.
16 as well.
Oh boy. 9.
Oh, actually, 17. I forgot it. 17. My math is.
There's a really strong expression that comes over Rin's face. One of absolute conviction. She has a very serious look on her face. If you get 15 or higher on your perception, you hear her mutter something very quietly under her breath. Who got higher than 15? You guys hear her say, "This is the first time I've seen the hand of God." She draws her sword out. What do?
Rin.
Make a dexterity saving throw if you want to intervene.
Yeah, can I use it with my stick? Like with my quarterstaff?
You're basically
Yeah,
trying
I would
to
have to.
act before she does something.
Oh my god, okay, so Rin. Dex? Alright.
8.
Ooh, nat 20!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna redeem myself.
I'm just like,
She turns the handle, like she draws her sword, the hilt here, and she goes like this with both hands, and she's about to drive it straight down. And you manage to bring your staff and you hit it. It deflects. She's so strong. It deflects only about an inch. And she goes down to her knees and drives the blade straight down into the ground right next to Helen. But when you see it go down, it looks like it's still about a foot away. She wasn't going to kill her. She says, "I am yours, Char. Show me your darkness. You are truly faithful."